Switzerland, Russia.
Australia.
Of England.
Switzerland.
Belarus.
I don't know.
It depends on the person. America is such a big place with so many different cultures. It's just a personal issue. I mean, it's always... seriously, it just depends on who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, every culture is different. Every people's value system is different.
No.
No, it's relaxed, free.
Yeah,
Very
pretty
relaxed.
relaxed. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, not
it's the
important.
same.
yeah.
Yeah, I think in England, if you're female or male, whenever you're ready, I think, you know, it's good for you when you're ready, isn't it?
I think
Well, I don't
you're-
believe in marriage, so therefore it doesn't apply to me.
No, it's not a problem. I don't think so. Now it changed. Everything is changed.
It's
Absolutely.
okay.
Yes, absolutely.
I think it's important, but in our country, I don't know. I think it's not so important there. But our society in Brazil is not so traditional about this.
I think it's much more important in Turkey, for example. I think it's important, yes, but when you compare it, for example, to Turkey, I think it's a much bigger issue in Turkey.
Well, it's not the case that you have to be a virgin before you marry, so it's not that important. It's important for your own, but not for the culture, for the marriage.
Long pause. I don't know, it depends on the person. I think it is.
Yeah,
Not as important as him. I think it's not as important. Depending, for some very Christian people, it's very important.
That's a very difficult question because there's different beliefs, different religion, different, scripts in different famous books, call it so. My personal belief is I think every person should have the freedom to make that decision on their own, okay? But like I said, I'm a firm believer in science and personal respect of every human, but I'm also not against all the different cultures, religions and political aspects, what's good. But I just think everybody should follow their own intuition.
I think it's become less so over the last 30 or 40 years. I think it's unfortunately a little bit disposable these days, but I still think it's something that to be treasured and to be honoured and something to be looked after. Yeah, it certainly is from the UK, where I'm from, and also in Australia. I think it's a little bit different in other parts of the world. We've just travelled for 9 months across Central Asia, and I think it's a very different mindset to virginity there.
It is important, I think, for young women, probably less so for men in my country. It's kind of seen as a notch under your belt and a thing to impress your mates if you can have sex at a young age. Whereas with women, we still get nervous about it. So it's kind of 50-50 with girls. Some girls just get it over and done with, others hold off for a while, but I don't know any women that wait until marriage because you want to give it a go before you buy it permanently is kind of the mentality.
The old days, yes, it were important, but now it's changed. It's not important.
Virgin is very important in Brazil. Concerned about that is a very important thing to think about.